Hello friends, we welcome you all to this video. Today, in this video, we are going to learn about the surface area of cubes and cuboids. Manas and Thomas are trying to fill some items in boxes. Look, I will make a cubic box and you make a cuboid shaped box. But how will we know how much cardboard do we need to make our respective boxes? Let us find the solution to this dilemma by mathematics. Hey, wow! That means it's math time! In the previous class, we studied the surface area of a cube. Do you remember its formula? Absolutely. The total surface area of a cube can be determined by the area of any one side of the cube, which is square in shape. L squared multiplied by 6, where L is the length of any side of the cube. And to find the lateral surface area of a cube, we can find the area of any one of its sides, L squared, and we will multiply it by 4. Absolutely right! And the length of the sides of my cubic box is 25 centimeters. Since we have to make a cubic box, to find the size of the cardboard used in it, we will have to find its total surface area. Let me quickly solve this by writing the length of the side of my cubic box, 25 centimeters instead of L here. In order to make my cubic box, I need cardboard of 3750 square centimeters. Hey, wow! Now it's my turn. We have studied that the total surface area of a cuboid can be determined by multiplying the sum of L times B, B times H, and H times L by 2, where L, B and H are the length, breadth and height of the cuboid respectively. And the lateral surface area of the cuboid can be determined by multiplying the sum of L and B by 2 times the height, H. In order to make the cuboid box, we will need all of its sides. So, the area of the cardboard that we will require is equal to the total surface area of the cuboid. Let me solve this by writing the length 27 centimeters, breadth 17 centimeters and height 10 centimeters in the formula instead of L, B and H respectively. Yes, I got it! For my cuboid box, we need 1798 square centimeters of cardboard. Yay! Now let us go back to our world and quickly buy the cardboard needed to make our own boxes. The two friends bought the cardboard together and made their respective boxes, which they filled with the scattered items. In this video today, we studied the surface area of the cube and cuboid. In the next video, we will see some interesting examples based on this. Hello friends, all of you are welcome to this video. In the previous video, we studied the surface area of a cube and cuboid. Now, in this video today, let us look at interesting examples based on the surface area of the cube and cuboid. The walls of your cuboid-shaped room seem to be very high. How tall are they? I don't know. Can we find it? Absolutely. We can find it by using mathematics. It is math time! Let's measure the length and breadth of this room. The length of the room is 12 feet and the breadth is 9 feet. Do you have any more information related to this room? Yes. It cost us 8,400 rupees at the rate of 10 rupees per square foot to paint the walls of this room. The area you painted for 8,400 rupees is equal to the total area of these 4 walls or the lateral surface area of this room. To find the lateral surface area of a room, we only have to divide this cost at the rate per square foot that you paid for the color. Therefore, the lateral surface area of this cubic room is 8,400 divided by 10 or 840 square feet. Hey wow, now it has become very easy. We know the lateral surface area of the room and its length and width are also known. Now we can easily find the height of this room in this way using the formula of the lateral surface area of the cuboid. After solving it in this way, we came to know that the height of the room is 20 feet. Wow, it is really very high. Come on, let us return to our world now. It is late for school. With this example, we have seen how problems in our daily lives can be solved by the surface area of cube and cuboid. In the next video, we will see some more interesting examples related to this topic. We welcome you all to this video. We have seen an interesting example in the previous video based on the surface area of a cube and cuboid. Today, in this video, we will see some more interesting examples based on this. What are you doing with this tarpaulin? I have to make a cubic structure with the help of this tarpaulin. That structure does not need to have any front and base surfaces. This will serve as a house for my dog. But I do not understand how much tarpaulin will I need for this. We can find the answer through mathematics. That means it's math time! Okay, tell me what will be the length of the sides of your cubical structure? About 32 inches. Assuming that the extra fabric of the tarpaulin used at the time of sewing will be negligible, the tarpaulin used in your cubic structure will need to have area of front face and base area subtracted from the total surface area of the cubic structure. Yeah, good. The formula for the total surface area of a cube is 6 times the square of the measurement of the sides of the cube. Let me quickly find the total surface area of this cubic structure by putting 32 inches as the side of this cube. Look, Thomas, by solving it in this way, we can see that the total surface area of your cubic structure is 6,144 square inches. Now, we just have to subtract the areas of the front and base area from it, and then we will get the size of your tarpaulin. both the front and base area are congruent. Therefore, their areas will be the square of the measurement of their sides. In this way, the sum of the areas of the two surfaces will be 2 times the square of the measure of the sides. The length of the sides of the structure is 32 inches. Let me solve it quickly by writing it here. Look, we got 4096 square inches of tarpaulin. Yes, did you see how easy it is? Let us quickly return to our world. We also have to make the structure for your dog's house. Both the friends together made a nice structure for Thomas's doghouse with tarpaulin. Friends, in this video, we saw another interesting example based on the surface area of cube and cuboid. So hopefully, by now you will have a good understanding of the surface area of cube and cuboid.